Music Monday Podcast.
The Music Monday Podcast.
At Big Body Studio.
At Big Body Studio.
Big Body Music Studio.
Music Monday Podcast. Big Body Studio.
It's a lot of alliteration.
That's a lot of intonation. Do you need a script? Do I need to write it out?
Music
Music Monday
Podcast. At the Big Body Studio.
Big Body Music Studio.
Big Body Music Studio.
Oh, there you go. You're missing that. Big Body Music Studio.
Big Body Music Studio. Music Monday Podcast at the Big Body Music Studio.
I'm glad you were the host.
It happened.
Now watch whenever we actually start and I'm like, what?
It would be hard, I promise.
Feeling all right?
Mm-hmm.
Doing good over there? We got
I know
this.
it.
We can talk.
I know, it feels weird. It's like, oh, we're about to start. Maybe we should, keep
No,
our thoughts in our head.
Oh, I'm just saying that, we have the ability to talk. We will be fine.
Oh, yeah, we can.
We can chitter chat.
Hopefully, when we get in a podcast, we can talk to each other.
Chitter chat. Nothing to be worried about. This might be the easiest thing that you and I do all week, Gabby. Is just to have a conversation. It's gonna be a lot to do. So how do you let us know to start? You
You're already.
we've been like this whole time.
You obviously have not seen any of the podcasts before because every single one is like, oh wait, now what?
That's so fun. This is the way
I
he hazes us right into it. So, well, welcome everyone. Yeah, that's right. Welcome to the Music Monday Podcast, recorded live at the Big Body Music Studio.
Good job.
Ava,
Appreciate it.
how did I do?
You did good.
Okay, good. I am, I guess, the host of the three of us, Chase Perryman. I'm joined by Gabby Gonzalez with Baila Huntsville.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and baila means dance in Spanish, for those that may be wondering.
That's right. And it means something completely different in Portuguese. I don't know if that's true or not. But we're also joined with Ava Perryman. If you recognize that last name, you should, because she has the unfortunate honor of being my daughter.
Yeah. It's an unfortunate honor I wear with pride.
So I have my boss with me, and
And your daughter.
yeah, that's right.
No pressure.
That's right. That's right. Now, there's definitely a lot that we can talk about tonight. So I get to teach bachata on Tuesday nights at Baila Huntsville with Gabby, and so we can definitely talk a lot about everything that we're doing over there, both in the dance side of things, but then also we'll definitely talk about my bachata song.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ava also, she does music as well, produces music, and we both do music for TV shows and film, and so we can kind of geek out on that. Yeah, but let's start with the dance stuff. And thank you, by the way, for agreeing to do this, and of course, thanks for everybody for watching and being a part of this. And yeah, let's dive in. So tell us a little bit about that. Yeah.
Chase.
Oh, he's gonna ask it back to me. Well, it's first of all, it's not to be confused with ciabatta, which is a bread.
Yeah, right. Italian, I guess.
which is good in its own right, but you can't really dance a ciabatta. But I need to do a deeper dive into it, but it definitely originated from the Dominican Republic.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a form of Latin dance, so it's not like, salsa is like a genre, right?
Yeah, most people know.
That's right.
Like you say salsa, oh yeah, I've always wanted to do that. But then bachata, they're like, huh, what was that? Although it's becoming very, very popular. I mean, now there's festivals dedicated to just bachata. So
The sound of that.
yeah. So so it's definitely becoming very, very popular, at least in the dance world. You know, first it was just salsa, and now it's like bachata is right there with it. So
Yeah.
mhm.
And I've been known to so a lot of times when we do social dancing,
Mhm.
we'll do salsa and bachata will be the main genres that are
Mhm.
played. And it's also what you teach, right? Like, so you teach bachata on Tuesdays and you teach salsa on Wednesdays and now Sundays as well.
Sundays, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, we've been teaching in the Huntsville Madison area now for 13 years.
Oh, wow.
I know, we just had our 13th year anniversary, which was a pretty fun celebration because that's where we debuted your bachata song that we're going to be talking about. And so it's been a lot of fun. Definitely started as a part-time thing, right? Just like a hobby, a passion of mine. But then it's like, well, it's like I really like this. Can I, um, just do this and not, what I was doing before.
How long did it take you to make that transition from, your day job to your job, your company?
Oof. Well, it's been a work in progress. It's been, um, so ever since I first started dancing salsa, right? Because I like, some people think, oh, were you dancing since like you were 5? It's like, I wish, but no.
Yeah.
It's like my mom, she would, yeah, like, she would take me to swim lessons and karate lessons and all these different type of lessons.
But no
Like,
salsa
"Mom,
lessons?
what happened to dance?" Like,
Yeah.
but anyway, so I took my first salsa class in college, and that was it. Like, one class was all I took, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so much fun.
It just really spoke to you.
Yeah, and I just really loved it, and it's funny because like before learning to dance, I didn't really care much for the music, like,
Right.
but it was more, I guess, because I
When
had
you
listened more
danced
to a
to
different genre of salsa, because there's a lot of different styles of salsa, right? But I think
There's verde. There's...
well, not quite, but but yeah, but I guess the salsa that I was used to listening to was not really like, I don't know. But then once I started dancing and I realized there's a lot of different styles of salsa, and the ones that you would dance to more, I was like, oh, I really love this music. Like, it just makes you want to, get up and dance. And whatever mood you're in, it doesn't matter if you're in a bad mood, good mood, like, it just lifts you up even more. So anyway, so yeah, so I took that first class, and so then um I took different classes throughout college or whatever, but I was trying to finish my degree, so I wasn't really thinking about it too much then. It was once I graduated that for as a graduation sort of celebration, right? I had a friend. I used to live in El Paso, Texas back then, and so I had a friend that said, "Hey, that have this salsa thing going on in L.A., Los Angeles, right?" And he's like, we should go and check it out. I'm like, "Oh, salsa, yeah, I love salsa. Let's go."
Okay.
So it was a road trip, so from like El Paso to LA, I think it's, I don't know, 10 hours, 11 hours, something like that. So it was like yeah, it was a road trip. And we were just gonna go for the weekend. I mean, it's like we had just graduated college, so like
Yeah.
still super young to like do whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, like, yeah, so the salsa thing ended up being the LA Salsa Congress, which was the biggest at the time, the biggest salsa event.
So you happened into one of the biggest events ever.
Oh my goodness. I had no idea what I was walking to. I walk in and there was this live band playing.
Oh, that's so cool.
There was a whole sea of dancers. I'm like, where did all these dancers come from? But it was Oscar de Leon that was singing live for all these dancers, and I just totally like I did not want to like dance because there were so many good dancers,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and not just from California, but they had come from all over the place. I mean, I didn't know, these salsa festivals, or it's like pretty much like a 3-day dance conference over the weekend, right? Like I didn't know these things existed until I said,
Happened upon one.
yeah, I stumbled in and I'm like, oh my gosh. So, and of course they had dancing and they had workshops and they had shows. Yeah, I think it was when I saw like all the shows and like took the workshops, I'm like, oh my gosh, like that just opened up my eyes. I'm like, ooh, I would love to do this. Like, you know, I wonder like if some of these people like if they were like professional dancers, like if was all they did, or
Right.
or
Where did they get started? Did they have
like
dancing since they were 5 years old?
right, yeah,
Yeah.
because at that point, like I said, I only had a few lessons under my belt, right? So then when I came back home and I started working, then it was like, it's like, okay, I'm working, and now I get home and I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do now? And just come home and watch TV? Boring. So then at that point, I'm like, well, hey, I can take lessons because I can actually pay for dance lessons now, since
Okay.
since now I'm a working professional. Um, and so I think that's how that started. I started taking classes and private lessons, and I started like at some point, like I did some competitions, um and and I guess, um still in the back of my mind, I was, I like I wasn't sure that I could be a professional dancer, right? um but the dance studio owner where I was learning and doing all these things, um he had actually also, well, I studied engineering, so he had actually studied engineering as well, but he actually quit his, or resigned from his engineering career to open up his studio.
Oh well.
So that already, like,
Planted
when
the
I
seed.
learned that, yeah, I was like, that put a, like, yeah, planted the seed, and I was like, ooh, could it be possible? I mean, if he did it.
That's so cool. Yeah.
um, but still, like, I didn't know how I would be able to live off of that, right? It's like,
Right.
well, I just spent all these years and money getting this degree,
Right.
right? So, and I was still just focusing on my own dancing, um, just, learning and trying to get better at it. And like I said, through private lessons and, trying to learn techniques so so the quality of the dancing gets better and better. Um, but it wasn't, I guess, I guess until I got to Huntsville, because, well, all this was happening in El Paso, then I moved to Southern California for a little bit, and then I came to Huntsville, and so here, at the time when I got here, there wasn't a lot going on.
Right.
So
It's almost like if you didn't do it, it wasn't going to happen.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, well, I guess, I guess I need to do something about it if I want to keep dancing, right? Um, and and so I did that. Like I was working here as well, and then doing that as a, like on the side as a hobby. But then finally, like I was, I was, had a full-time job, and I was trying to keep dancing, right? Like was trying to dance myself. I was trying to teach. I was trying to like start a business. I was trying to, promote like socials, and, just trying to figure
You're
things. Like yeah, like I was trying to do like a dance team as well, so there was just a lot. And it got to a point where I think I got, well, not that I think I got burned out. My body just like, it was just, got to a point where I was just so exhausted all the time. And I felt like, uh like just physically, like I just, yeah, I did it for so long.
Yeah.
That it got to the point where I just couldn't anymore.
Yeah.
Right. So I had to decide. I'm like, well, I guess I have to decide. I guess I'm
Either give up the dance company or
could just continue full time working. And so but yeah, so I was like, no, but I'd rather dance.
Yeah.
So at that point, I was like, okay, I'm gonna give myself a year. I'm gonna give myself a year just to answer your question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give myself a year. I'm gonna try to like save as much money as I can, and then quit my job. And I tried to um reduce like all of my like whatever bills I had. I try to
Sure.
cut down on those. I try to really, like I said, start the planning process, to make the jump, so to speak. And I told myself I gave myself a year, but it actually took me more like 4 or 5 years
To
to
really stabilize and get to the point where you were.
like when I was finally okay. It's like I think I'm ready.
I can do
and
this.
and I
Okay.
saved enough money to like
Yeah.
be able to support myself at least for a few months. So yeah, so then finally that day came, and well, it's been the best decision, I think, for me. um and uh and even though like that was like before COVID, that was like in 2018, like mid 2018, and then of course COVID happened. um and then somehow we got through that, and then it's like, okay, after COVID everybody was ready to get out of the house and
And dancing.
come back out. So even through all of that, because obviously there's many challenges, I'm sure as an entrepreneur, there's a lot of
Yeah.
challenges. So
Yeah.
it's still uh the best decision for me. So definitely happy
Well,
about that.
well, I like it, and I'm grateful. No doubt that I'm grateful. I my origin story is similar to yours, but you're in my origin story, where I wasn't in California for years. You were in Huntsville whenever I stumbled across. I think that you and Stacy were at Campus 805, which is now, I guess, Fred Astaire, that ballroom. And I was taking ballroom lessons with her sister. Um, and I'd taken ballroom lessons before, and I never thought that I would like to dance, do dance. Like, it wasn't something that was ever on my radar, although I'd done music a lot. And but I noticed that with the ballroom stuff, me and actually Ava took ballroom lessons too. That me and both of my girls, when we took the classes, whatever they showed us, we could kind of do it pretty quickly, and then we'd kind of look around, and other people would still be trying to figure it out, and I'm like, it's kind of strange, because we had never done that before. But I mean, probably just being a little bit more musically inclined.
I think that's what it was. We just had it in our blood a little bit.
Yeah.
It was a good, boost, like bonus.
Yeah, that we could like hear the beat and could, yeah. And it was fun. It was a fun challenge, the ballroom and stuff like that. But it wasn't. I wouldn't have thought of it like. But then I think that it must have been a free class that you guys did, maybe before social or something. Me and Hannah stuck around for it, and it was just a couple steps into either bachata or salsa that, like, I felt in my soul, like, oh, I like this. You know what I mean? And it was funny because I didn't almost believe it. It was like, And then, because I'd been exposed to cumbia and bachata and salsa before through family members, but I don't know, like I didn't, similar to you, is like maybe I heard the music, but I didn't know the dance. But the moment that I actually had a chance to learn a little bit and move a little bit to it, and I think the ballroom helped prepare me for that because I was more used to footwork or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I was like, I'm sorry, ballroom, you're yeah, because it was interesting. Like, I don't know. And then I gravitated, as you know, because you hear me kind of complain about it all the time, that I gravitate towards bachata a lot.
Yeah.
For me, it's a lot of things, but salsa is super fun. It's super fast, but it's also, and it's like a party, and I love that about it. It's like a fun party, and when you see people dancing salsa, they're smiling, they're twirling, they're spinning around, they're having the time of their lives.
Yeah.
Bachata for me is it's just much more sensual. It's almost like, it's not bluesy, but it's like if there was a bluesier version of Latin.
It's like the slow dancing of Latin music, you could say, because the music it's not as energetic or fast as salsa, but and also there's many styles of bachata, but yeah, some of them are more flowy.
Mm-hmm.
Others sometimes will feel like merengue if it's like the traditional bachata, right?
Yeah, it's faster too.
Yeah, but yeah, it's definitely, I think, it's more to do something that's more flowy, that it's just I think a little bit easier, and yeah, there's a lot of people that
They gravitate towards it.
mhm.
I don't know. I feel like the with bachata you can sit there and groove a little bit,
Mhm.
and it actually reminds me a lot about like it really on the music side. It reminds me of you have different ways you can jam out with your friends, right? Like if you're playing music. And salsa's like this, like really fast jam band where if you're playing the drums, you're doing all this, where bachata's a little bit more like I'm playing bass. I'm just grooving.
Bass is good too in bachata music. Dun, 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 dun. That pattern is just really good.
So Ava had to learn a lot about this because she was the producer on the track, and so she actually had to analyze specifically the bass guitar. And so what she did, and
To make a bass
yeah,
that someone could dance to. That was the thing I was the most worried about. So I was like, is this bachata? Are they gonna dance to this bachata? Like, I hope so.
so much of what drives, like learning about it, musically and like really exploring the genre. I mean, so much of what actually pushes people on the dance floor. And I could be messing this up. So viewers at home, go do your own research. But supposedly in our inner ear, the lower frequencies, bass will actually kind of the lower frequencies will actually push, like literally push on your ear. And so a lot of times when music comes on and you start moving, it's almost a physical thing. And so if you don't get the bass right in a song that people dance to,
It's like the most important part, and the drums, but
Okay.
and the drums too, because of some of the lower frequencies to it, yeah. And also it's what's really challenging as a dance instructor. You, because they studied it, and people have a high or low dance threshold, and it's based on the makeup of their inner ear.
Oh gosh.
And so for some people, that bass doesn't push on them the same way. Like me, I can be in Target, and if they have a song on, I'm just like, ooh. So I have whatever dance threshold that is. I don't know if that's high or low. I don't know how they judge it. But then for other people, and you notice this when we teach them, it will take a little while for them to connect the dots between, like, when we're saying 1, 2, 3, take a step every time we count. They have a little harder time translating that to when the music is playing and finding out how to take these numbers and overlay it on the beat.
Yeah, just like rhythm. Some people have more natural rhythm than others. Now, it doesn't mean, and some people say, oh, I have no rhythm. No, it's not that you don't have rhythm. It's just that for you, it might take a little bit longer
to kind of connect.
To develop or let
yeah.
your body, loosen up a little bit enough to feel it. But yeah, I think it's like, and maybe it might be some of that what you're talking about. Like I never thought about it physically. Like
it might be a factor. There's that, and I think that maybe one thing that I don't have a lot of is I don't have a lot of shame. So like,
true.
I think that, like, they get very self-conscious, right? And so I think if you have a combination of you're very self-conscious and also it's harder for you to feel those lower frequencies, it can result in, like it might take you just a little bit. It doesn't mean it's impossible, because we've seen it so many times. We have people that come in, they start dancing saying they have 2 left feet, and you're like, yeah, that's why we exist, because if everybody could dance, you wouldn't have to take classes.
Right, exactly. That's we cure 2 left feet.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a great slogan.
Yeah. But then, you see them like, 3 months in, 6 months in, you see them dancing, and you're watching them, and there's a lot of pride behind that, because it's been such a joy and a pleasure for our lives to be able to like dance and for other people to find that, and then to see them like they came in all self-conscious and couldn't do the steps, and now they're like asking a lady out on the dance floor, or a gentleman, and they're dancing and they look great.
Yeah,
they look great,
and they're having fun. Like you can see the smile on their face, right? So they're having fun, and I just love. That's what I love the most is like seeing people like at a social just enjoying themselves on the dance floor, just like with the big smile on their face. It's like it like I don't know, warms my heart. It's like, oh, okay, well, that's why I keep doing this, even with all the challenges.
I think music and dance are definitely it's a language that transcends all cultures, and it's something that, gosh, like anytime we're at those socials and you look out and you look at all the different people from all the different walks of life, all the different backgrounds, different jobs, different cultures, different nationalities, but on the dance floor, we all look the same. We're all just smiling and having fun. And it's like, man, if the world just did more of this stuff.
Yeah.
Like if we
everybody
just
dance, it would be a peaceful world, I think.
and the same thing of like when you go to a concert, right? Like you go to a concert and you look out in the audience and people are just smiling and just getting into it together. Yeah, it's something that definitely seems to we all can relate to. And I'm since moving to Huntsville a year ago, like it's wild to me how much of my weeks and days and life is spent doing music and dancing. It's like, you know what? I'm super grateful for that.
Yes, that's like, the two best things, I think.
And it pretty good segue. So bringing those two things together, you helped with that. I had the idea being a bachatero. That is a person that likes bachata.
Yes.
Uh,
Male.
male. That's right.
Bachatera is the female version of that.
And if it's a group of people, bachateros.
Bachateros, right? We need a Spanish lesson too.
Need it. So, I'd been making music, weird to say, but I guess can say professionally for 20 years at least. And started in bands in high school. Was even signed to a label in Atlanta for a little while. That sounds really cool, but it wasn't that cool. Nothing happened, obviously. But it's okay. It's okay. But anyways, then discovering dance and liking it more. It took a while to kind of connect. Like, oh, I make music, and then
you should make
a dance,
song.
right? Yeah. But Gabby kept planting that seed every time that she could, and I'd had ideas for bachata songs before, and I'd thought about it before, but then actually, weirdly enough, Ava getting better at music, getting better at music production, weirdly made me more confident to tackle something like this, because I knew that at home I had somebody that was way better at producing music than I was in my back pocket, and I pay her rent, so
I'm willing to do music for you, for sure.
I was like, I got you right where I want you. Anytime I need
it all along.
That's right. It's like first to have a kid.
Wait 19 years.
Yeah. Yeah, some trees take a long time to grow. But yeah, it was like a perfect storm. It was like all these things were coming together, and then I was teaching at that time, and then I think that you dangled the carrot of, oh, it's our 13th year anniversary next year, and wouldn't it be cool if we could release your song at the anniversary party? And so that was like, okay, creative people, we like to have a deadline, right? Because otherwise, like, it's just always this idea of like, oh, I could do a bachata song one day, So that helps. So, like, if you have a deadline, it's okay. Maybe I can pull this off in time. And then actually, there's of all the music, all the songs that I've ever created, there's no way that I've ever done more for one song than Deseo Prohibido. There's no way. Because even, it was a year ago, I saw a story to take you back to. So I started the process actually about a year ago. And I went to Rudy's Jazz Club in Nashville. It was a Monday night, and they have the live salsa band play. And I actually wanted to experience a band playing bachata music, because I don't think that I'd ever heard a live salsa. And so I happened to be in Nashville, and I was there, and I was actually studying, and I'm just kind of watching, listening, kind of soaking it in, looking at what they're doing, thinking about it, and then going, oh, there's no way. There's no way. Like, because I know what I'm capable of as a musician, as a songwriter, and I was like, So there was my first thing, and then I had started to try to learn karaoke versions of like Aventura, or Romeo Santos, or uh, uh, yeah, and like I could barely get through like a verse because because you got to keep in mind like I can't speak Spanish, especially not fluently. Like I know a few words here and there, and it's one thing to speak Spanish, but then I was learning it's a whole other thing to try to sing Spanish. And there's and I'm trying to learn their melodies and all that. And so there was a lot of learning. Actually, I asked to all of our dance friends too. I said, "Hey, send me some of your favorite bachata songs."
Yeah.
And so then I had a bunch of people send me their bachata songs, and then I made a Spotify playlist, and I started to try to analyze like what are the what do people like about the song, like and I started to identify some things that I wanted
to incorporate.
Yeah, like little things like a lot of time a bachata song won't immediately start. There's a little bit of an intro where you can kind of sway for a minute, and then you're waiting for that, and then it hits.
Yeah.
And then there's typically that part kind of comes back later. There'll be a part later on where everything breaks down again and you can kind of groove a little bit. If you're doing sensual bachata, that'd be the time that you can do some really sexy stuff if you want to.
Yeah, body waves or.
And so you start to kind of analyze, and then also start to deconstruct like the instrumentation, like what instruments are being used. Well, obviously there's a lot of guitar, but then the guitar, like to start to learn the bachata. I mean the strumming pattern, the picking pattern, all like way above my pay grade as a guitarist.
I think this was probably your most ambitious song to date. Definitely the most ambitious. I don't think many people would have like the audacity.
See, there's that having any shame, I guess. Yeah.
Just a superpower. It helps you because you do crazy stuff. And a lot of people would just stop before they even tried. So there you go.
Well, I felt more comfortable because I had a lot of people in my corner. I had your help with the production. My good friend Tomas Gorio, he can speak Spanish, but also sings in Spanish, and he can play flamenco guitar. So I knew I could tap him. I had friends in Nashville that were like really talented that I could, call in, and I actually got Austin Flingo to do the lead guitar on the track as well. And so knowing I had all these people in my corner, and even with the Spanish, I knew like, well, I got plenty of people that I can run my lyrics by and kind of polish, but it was extremely intimidating. Not gonna lie, it was definitely way outside of my comfort zone for every part of it.
So where did the idea for the lyrics come from?
Well, the lyric idea, so Deseo Prohibido.
Yeah, which Deseo Prohibido means forbidden desire, by the way. Like where did they what was the inspiration for that?
I think I had the idea for this concept of forbidden desire years before I started actually working on the song. So a lot of times as a songwriter, you'll kind of like write down ideas on your phone and keep them for later, kind of keep them in your back pocket. And I can either confirm or deny if I had a dance crush or not. But I think it's something that a lot of people that dance could relate to. I don't want to make, I think maybe they could relate to it.
I think probably most everybody. Even when you're little, right? Like, when you first start noticing either girls or boys, it's like you have a secret crush on somebody,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, this is just like a crush, but the crush, imagine now that you have a crush on somebody, but occasionally you dance intimately with them. And what would that, what kind of tension would that create, right? Like if you were able to like dance with your crush, and if they also, if you thought that they had a crush on you, but there wasn't anything you could do about it because y'all either you have a girlfriend, they have a boyfriend, or maybe some other situation altogether where like there's just some who knows what it is, but you feel this connection to them on the dance floor.
Coworkers. That's a good one.
Could be.
I feel like that's pretty common.
Yeah.
Like when you have a forbidden crush, it's usually a coworker. And it's usually forbidden for a good reason.
No, she's just trying to make us feel uncomfortable because we work together.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't considering that.
Yeah. But no, that's a good example of like a forbidden crush, exactly. But yeah, this one just happened to be on the dance floor, which made it. That's why I thought it'd be such a good idea for a bachata song because people are going to dance to it, right?
Yeah.
And so so it was easy. When I thought the concept was good, but what I needed and Ava and I we work backwards from a song. What we mean by that is if we don't have a good hook, which is like the chorus or the main idea of the song, we don't have anything. So we like to figure that out first, and then go back and find the verses, the bridges, and all this. And so I think first, and I was even telling you about
Yeah,
it.
the hook is what like draws people in, right? Like it's that little part of the song that you just like can't help to sing to because it's like the main attraction that keeps like when you can't get a song out of your head, you're usually
That's right,
singing that part, right?
Exactly. And so I think at first I was doing like what's the word for lust? Is it lujaria? No, for lust.
Uh,
¿Cómo se dice lust en español, Gabby? This is a Spanish lesson for you now.
wait. I know that song. Well, I'll look it up.
It's funny because there's so
gonna-
many words you use in English that are just not as common in other languages. Or it's sometimes not there. Like, it depends.
Well,
There is a word for that though.
and I want to say I'm seeing like an L and a U and an H, but I could be wrong. And at first I was playing around with like forbidden lust instead of forbidden desire.
Yeah, I guess it's lujuria, but no, there's another word like, because I think lujuria might be more like, yeah, I guess it would be deseo, or like ansia, it's like longing for someone, or
Yeah, I think I was playing around with like lujaria or
lujuria,
lujuria prohibido or prohibida.
lujuria.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think I was even telling you about it, and you're like, that's not
Yeah,
right.
it's
Right.
yeah, it's not the first word I would think of in Spanish for that.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
And I was like, dang, and I thought I was like onto something. I was like, that's so cool. And then I think I was looking at synonyms in Spanish, and I was like playing around with it, and then I found deseo, and I was like, ooh, it had a good, like a lot of times words also have rhythm, like they have this like flowy nature to it, right? And so then I was just saying like deseo prohibido, and then I was listening to bachata songs, and then I was driving, and I was thinking about this phrase, and I was like, deseo prohibido, and I was and so I got it on my phone, and I recorded it, and it was just this one little audio sample, and we at this point, Gabby had already talked me in that we were doing this thing, and I didn't even have the song yet.
Yeah.
Like, and the anniversary's coming, whether we like it or not, and I don't even have a song. I just have like the concepts of a song. That's right.
Yeah.
And so, but just that one little audio file, it's like something I knew. I was like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
Now I got it. Like
Yeah.
it's an interesting little phrase. It sounds catchy. It sounds bachata. Like I think I can figure the rest of it out. And then luckily from there, the rest of it started to unfold.
Okay, yay. Very good. Yeah, and it's definitely like it does have that catchy, like when you start listening, like people have been like, like I've just randomly like been singing this, like they're singing it, so I'm like, oh, that's a good sign. Song for sure.
Yeah, one of the litmus tests really like for a catchy melody is if when you come up with it, like from scratch, like say you're just writing it from scratch, if the next day you're not thinking about that song, but that melody pops back in your head. So as songwriters, we experience that before we introduce the rest of the world to it. It has to be catchy for us first, or at least if we're doing a good job.
If we're doing it right.
Yeah,
then ideally it would be catchy. Yeah.
And that's one of the ways, like if it starts to stick in your own head, because we come up with all kinds of melodies, all kinds of words, there's so many things that die, on the vine that don't get introduced, and it's because they just didn't stick.
They have that, they have the sticky factor.
Yeah. But I do remember driving, and I was like there was like a weight lifted because I was like, now we can do this song.
Well, good.
But
So
yeah.
how long? Okay, so how long was the process, more or less,
Mm.
until you had it? Because I mean, we had to have it in advance.
Oh, that's right.
3 months in advance to the anniversary because we did choreography, right? Like by Huntsville, we have a student dance team, right? And so getting ready for the anniversary, like I wanted them to have something to work on.
That's right.
To debut at the anniversary. And that's how, like, I had told you about the song, and I'm like, oh, it would be great if you could debut it. But then the second thought after that was like, oh, what if we dance to it too?
Yeah, at first it was just
Let people dance to it.
let people dance to it, which is hard enough
Yeah.
for me to do. But and I've learned that Gabby has a tell. Anytime that she's gonna ask you to do something that you probably will do, but
Yeah.
you're probably gonna whine about.
Yeah.
She does this little thing right here, which is she has an idea, and so it went from like, hey Chase, you can release this song to, hey, what if people we actually did choreography to your song. But then that even at the time I was on the student team, and it wasn't just, hey, some people, but also, Chase, you're gonna learn choreography for your song.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough. I had pictured at that point that I'm just dancing. I'm just dancing to the song.
Yeah.
And then I even sent Gabby messages like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to sing on this. And she didn't respond to it because she wanted to tell me in person that she thought that I should sing dancing to the song. And I was like, okay.
Well,
You
yeah,
have to
live,
understand that
because
it's in a
it's
different
like,
language.
because at first I was thinking, and I don't think I had talked to you about this, but I think like when one of the announcements I made, I think I blurted out, oh yeah, because I naturally thought, oh yeah, well, it's your song, you should sing and dance. So he's like, so yeah, so Chase is gonna be singing and dancing
Live.
live. And I think I said that, and that's when you came up afterwards like, oh yeah, just by the way, I think I'm gonna be singing live.
I was like, this is new news to me. Yeah.
And so that's when you sent me that message, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let him think about it.
Yeah.
And sure enough, next time I saw you, you're like, oh yeah, no, I think I decided I will do it. I'm like, yay, because
She already promoted it that way.
I was preparing my speech of why you shouldn't do it.
Yeah. And it's hard to describe to people, and we're going to get a chance to dance this again for maybe the fourth or fifth time this week.
Mm-hmm.
Not this week, the fourth or fifth time ever, but this week
This
we're going
week
to do
would
it.
be crazy. Like, you're just doing that all the time.
Right.
Go home, Deseo Prohibido choreography, you go to bed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, but this week will be I think maybe the fifth or fourth time that we will have performed this with the student dance team. And it's hard for me to tell people like what it is that I'm doing, because on the one hand, you're used to pop stars who they have these, I call them a Britney Spears microphone, where they have this headset microphone, and they're dancing a little bit, right, while they're singing, but they're not typically doing partner work while they're doing that. And then also,
J-Lo might be the exception.
Oh, there you go. I should just tell people, just think J-Lo.
Yeah.
That's what I should say. That'll make it easier. But yeah, but then the fact that we have, not just me, but we have a whole team of people that have invested in this song and learned the choreography and are there dancing with us. So,
yeah,
it's quite the.
Yeah, and we hired a professional choreographer, from Mexico. She's Maria Catalan. She's a world champion, and and she does mainly, like, competitively. She did mainly salsa, but I knew like her roots were bachata. She's like, no, I'm a bachatera at heart, So I knew like she could do the choreography too, because she loves bachata. And she started with bachata before she transitioned over to salsa. And I had worked with her before, and I knew, like, I mean, she's so talented, right? So we got professional choreography, so that it's like, okay, like, because I mean that takes time, like dreaming up choreography and putting something together, that takes up a lot of time as well. So if you have somebody already professional who can do it like in no time, they listen to the song, oh yeah, this would be great thing, and here it is.
And it was really like, so many times it was super surreal for me to. I remember we got the first video back, and the choreographer, had some of the moves ready for us. And I hear my song coming out of her like Bluetooth speaker in Mexico or wherever she is, right when she's filming this, and then she's doing all these moves with her dance partner to it. I'm like, what is my life? Like, how is this even a thing? And then you and I have to then learn that so that we can teach it to everybody else.
Uh-huh. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of work that went into, obviously, you created the song, but then there was a lot of work after that too also,
And even picking out the outfits.
Yeah.
Doing the photo shoot for the album cover. We even hired a model, and you came and posed us in these.
I'm just tired thinking about it.
It was definitely a process, but it was, but it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, especially the whole creative aspect of it. It's just like putting together all the pieces and just seeing it come to life. It was just, it was a lot of fun. Um, and like the outfits, like I know you're very stylish, so I'm like, okay, here, what do you dream in, like what would you like for
I appreciate that.
for the outfits as far as the sale prohibido? So I know.
No, it was cool getting to actually. It's funny. It was like what is that person called in that works on outfits for movies?
Oh.
It's like a stylist?
Costume yeah.
I was like, oh, now I'm even doing this for my song, which is cool. Like I liked it. And this is really so. I know this is a lot on one song, but you guys are seeing just again. I've never done more for one song than this, and that's not even to mention learning to sing in Spanish. But and my pronunciations, I know they can still be a little bit better, but I'm working on it. But this is kind of like the climax now, because this song continued to kind of take on a life of its own, and then now, Gabby, what are we doing this week with Deseo Prohibido?
Oh wow, now we're taking it on a bigger stage. So we have there's a local event. It's called Stars Dancing for Heels, which is based off of the Dancing with the Stars TV show. But what's special about this event is that Heels is a nonprofit organization, and it provides healthcare, medical care, dental and vision care for children in need in our community. So HEAL stands for Health Establishments at Local Schools, meaning they actually go to the kids' schools so that they don't have to miss school, and so that parents don't have to miss work, right? So they go in, they take, doctors, nurses, they all come to the schools, or they have a couple clinics at a couple schools, but then they also have like this, I don't know, call it the Batmobile, but it's like
mobile.
It's a mobile unit that has like everything the doctor needs to, provide, like I said, medical care for these kids, and so all the funding goes towards that mission. And so I've been part of the Stars Dancing for Heels event now. It's going to be, I think, my 11th year doing it.
Wow.
And it's grown. It's going to be this Thursday, November 6th at the Von Braun Center. The show starts at 6:30. Now it's already sold out. Wow. There are no more seats left, which is amazing because again, it's a fundraiser, so all the money goes towards the mission. But they are going to do a live stream, so you can actually watch the show from the comfort of your couch or wherever you want to watch it from. And so that'll be this Thursday, November 6th at the Von Braun Center. And so every year, obviously, me, I'm one of the instructors, right? Like on Dancing with the Stars get paired up with an instructor, and so I'm one of the instructors. And this year, I have a couple that are dancing together, Joe and Carla. And then besides doing that, like every year we get to also do an exhibition dance, which is just, something fun and creative for the audience to enjoy as well as part of the entertainment of the event.
Mm-hmm.
And so this year, of course, it's like we already have an amazing show that we, work so hard on. It's like, why not, also debut it at Heels. So we're going to be performing Deseo Prohibido, and Chase is going to be singing live
Yeah.
to an audience of like over 1,000 people. That's going
plus
to be
everybody that can stream.
right. Plus everybody that's watching from home. So yeah, we're very, very excited about that. That's going to be our part of our exhibition dance. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, and the Heels organization is, such an amazing cause, and then they you can vote online. You can vote online. You can watch online, so you can. It's just like Dancing with the Stars, so you can see people dancing, and you vote with your wallet. So
yeah, each vote is $1, but of course, again, it's a great cause, and like I said, every dollar goes to like 99% of every dollar goes to the mission, and yeah, it's every year it's grown a little bit more. They actually used to do it, at Cinemark at Bridge Street.
oh,
It
okay,
used
yeah.
to be called the Monaco Theater. They actually used to have it in the lobby of the theater.
Wow.
So
Just think
they would
about
dress
what
it up.
that's-
Yeah, they would dress it up, and put tables in a dance floor in the middle, and the stars would come down the stairs,
Oh, okay,
onto the
yeah.
dance floor.
Yeah.
But they outgrew that venue because it's again the it's just such an important mission and cause. So it's just grown, and so it's been um really amazing to see that as well and being part of it as well. So
Absolutely. I was able to go for the first time 3 years ago, just as a visitor in the audience, and I remember being just blown away by the production, the dancing, the calls, everything. Didn't have any idea that the next year I would be dancing, because you invited me to dance as part of the exhibition last year, and last year I had 1 week to learn the entire dance.
For me,
it's more than a week. No,
no, I
Oh,
remember.
it was 10 days, Gabby, but who's counting? 10 days.
oh, we did the salsa routine.
That's right. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And that was my first. That was actually. Well, I appreciate it. That was my first ever salsa performance.
Really?
That's right, at Hills.
Okay.
And so now I'm thinking about that. And 1 year later, I'm coming back with a whole song.
That is amazing. That is amazing what can happen in a year. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like it's awesome. I love it.
But
yeah.
definitely, like, tune in and vote and watch it. It's going to be really. We got to see two of the routines this last weekend, and they're super fun. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
And the dancers too. Like every year they get more and more creative, right? Like the local stars,
Mhm.
they come up with all these creative ideas, and for the instructor it's also, it makes it kind of fun too, because it's like, okay, so this is what you want to do. Okay, let's see how we can put that
Yeah.
together. So you're helping somebody also bring their vision to life. So yeah, so it's a really fun event. I think for everybody that participates in it, again, you can let your creativity go, and I think that's one of the reasons why I keep doing it, because it's not just it's a great mission, but it's also like you can be very creative with it.
The audience is super supportive.
Yeah.
They're just eating it up.
Mhm.
And so you feel very comfortable, even if that's your first time on stage. You're like, they're very they got your back.
Yeah.
They enjoy the courage it takes to get up on the stage. They appreciate that, and then of course they're celebrating the cause.
And it gets very competitive. I mean,
They try to try to win the dancing,
That's
the
fun.
stars.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not just dancing, but it is all about the fundraising, right? So I think out of everything, the fundraising is the hardest thing. I mean, some of these stars have never danced, and so yeah, it's very difficult, learning a routine and performing it in front of so many people. But even more so than that, I think the fundraising is
Yeah.
like so challenging. And some of these stars, like, well, all of the stars, they do a phenomenal job of doing that.
It's like a part-time job for that amount of time.
Yep. And yeah, because it's, they've been working on this for months now, since the beginning of the year, right? And like going into the night, like you see the the sort of the scoring or whatever, like how much money each one has raised. So you think, oh, so this person right now is at the top. But what amazes me every year is like something happens when you're at the event, and I guess people get excited or whatever, and all of a sudden, this star over here that you didn't think, I don't know, had necessarily the votes, all of a sudden, like, they jump to the top, and it's like, wow, like, what just happened? Like, you just never know.
See, it's worth tuning in for Thursday, everybody.
Yeah, for sure. And so that's Heels. It's HEALSINC.org, healsinc.org. You can go to the website and vote, and we'll also be sharing the links for you to watch the live stream and to vote at Baila Huntsville, at our Facebook or Instagram pages, so you can find it there. You can tune in, watch the show, and of course vote as well.
And if it wasn't weird enough for all of my worlds to collide, at this event I'll be singing an original song and dancing, but also Best Digital is actually helping Hills with their website too. So this is just all
for fun. What are you doing the day after?
Well, why don't you tell everybody what we're doing?
Getting on a plane, going to LA.
Oh wow!
Right, day after.
Day after, yeah, the morning after.
Morning after,
yeah.
So this is, that's a good segue to get from the bachata music, and also we got some questions from the audience that we were told before we sat down that we're going to address. But
gotcha.
Explain where we're going and why we're going there.
Okay, I'll try my best. Me and Dad, we're going to the Taxi Music Rally. It's basically like it feels like a camp. Like you go there and you learn stuff, and you're in a little hotel room, and there's a bunch of different little like classes you can take while you're there, all centered around making music for sync. And really, it's all centered around just making music.
Now, what is sync music? If people don't know what that is.
Oh, sync music. Not the kind in your kitchen. It's synchronization is the word. It's just putting music behind film. Okay. So in TVs, on TV shows, music in the background, that's sync music. Oh, whether it's by an artist or it's, I guess, if you're composing, that's a little different. But I think it's all kind of the same world.
Sure. Yeah.
It's just putting music to television.
Yeah, you got a scene in a TV show, you got a scene in a movie, or even a commercial. You got an ad, right?
Yeah.
It's making music for that. And this will be maybe your 4th year getting to go to LA with me, or 3rd?
We went 2 years. This will be my 3rd.
Okay, 3rd year.
Yeah.
So Ava, when did you get into music? Because obviously your dad was a big influence, but when did you say, oh, like I really like this, let me do some stuff of my own?
When I was in 4th grade, I'm pretty sure it was 4th or 5th grade, in my English class, they had like someone from the Nashville Music Hall of Fame come down, and they taught us how to write songs, just as a lesson, kind of.
That's cool.
And then we each, we wrote our little choruses and our verses, and we learned how it worked. And then the guy who came in, he picked his 5 favorite, and he sang them for the class. Mm-hmm. He put, like, music to the lyrics. He sang them. And he chose one of mine. And I think that's when I really learned, like, you know what? I like writing. I like lyric writing. And then a couple of years later, I had just been messing around. I think I was writing poems, I was writing short stories, I was writing, like, anything I could write, but I really loved writing lyrics. And then I can't remember exactly how it started, but I eventually had, like, a little online business where people would come to me to, like, help finish the song ideas they had. They'd send me an idea, I'd send them the fully written lyrics, give it back to them, and I did.
That's cool.
I want to say, I looked at my Fiverr page recently, I did 187 of those. total.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of experience with songwriting, and I was doing that,
Oh.
I think, between the ages of like 13 to 15, 13 to 16. That
is so cool what kids can do nowadays with the internet.
Oh, yeah.
Like with an internet connection now, like, yeah, you can have your own business when you're, you know.
Yeah, and looking back, I'm like, shoot, I was doing kind of good for myself. I mean, I wouldn't mind to have that right now, but I'm doing my own thing, so
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah.
I remember exactly, so I remember both of those things you're talking about. First of all, the 4th grade thing was funny because she had to show an example of the song.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, we're going to win this. Because, like, you know, I can record music. So, like, I had Ava come into my little studio and I recorded guitar and drums. I think it's No Light.
It is. It's on the internet somewhere.
It's on the internet somewhere. So if you want to,
literally my first ever song. That's crazy that it's on the internet.
Yeah,
Oh, that's serendipitous. I like that.
And then I had been in Nashville at a art conference, and I met a vocalist that gave a talk about setting up your own online business with Fiverr.
That's what it was.
And I had come home that weekend, and I think Ava was like eating cereal at the table, and I was talking about it. And then it was like 2 days later, she came back with like a whole ass Fiverr page. Like it was all.
She just did both.
Yeah, and I was like,
Awesome.
I was like, and I remember being like a little bit kind of like, is this legal? Like I don't.
Did I give you permission?
No. Looking back, no, it was not. You had to be 18 to like sell stuff, but they didn't. They didn't check. How are they gonna know?
But yeah, and then she was, you know, before I knew it, she was doing that all the time, and then Ava, what made you? So in the music world, there's like, there's so much.
There's too much.
Because it's one thing to write a song.
Yeah.
It's another thing to be able to sing. It's another thing to be able to play an instrument, and it's another thing to be able to record a song.
Yeah.
Ava has worked, from my perspective, weirdly kind of backwards. So, like for me, I learned to play an instrument before I learned to write a song, and I learned to do all that before I could produce a song. But she started producing her own songs before she could even play an instrument, which was always really confusing for me. So
I would, my process was actually kind of funny. Like, I'm remembering how I used to do it. I was confident in singing, and I just liked writing for fun. And I was like, well, the missing ingredient here is I need to be able to produce a track, because how else am I going to make a song if I can't produce a track? I was doing it on my phone, fully on my phone.
Oh my
no
gosh.
laptops involved. I had GarageBand on my phone. And I had a little pitch finder app. And anytime I heard a little melody, I'm like, I want the bass to play this. Doop, 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 doop. I'd look at the pitch, I'd see what it is, I'd go back to the keyboard, and I'd play that, and I'd record it. And so that's how I would play an instrument without playing an instrument. I would just sing what I wanted to hear, and then I would translate it into music. And then eventually, I'm now at the point, I'm so glad that I developed the skill along the way. If I'm hearing something in my head, I can play it.
And that's not something, someone asked me about that recently. Like, they said, can you just like listen to a song and figure out the notes and the chords? I actually can't. I've got friends that can do it. I think I've seen Tomas do that a couple times. I'm just not that cool. Like, I don't know. I just go Google, like, you know, what are the chords to Tennessee Whiskey, you know? But I've seen Ava all the time. Like, even with me, when I'm working on songs, I'll be like, I don't know, da-da-da-da-da. And she's like, she pulls out the little
piano.
She got a little piano on her phone, and she's like, doo-doo. I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's great.
It's very useful, actually.
Yeah, I
Glad
bet.
I could do that.
That's awesome. That is so cool.
I think the time that I knew that you were better than me was a challenge for herself. Was she recreated Britney Spears' "Toxic"
Oh, wow.
Oh,
by ear?
So that's one of the best ways to learn music production. I should really do this again, but when I was very first starting out, one of the best ways you learn music production is by taking an already existing song and recreating it. Because you need to see what all the elements, how they're interacting with each other, how they all sound individually. You're forced to really pay attention and listen deeply to a song in order to recreate it. And I did my best on my phone to recreate Toxic by Britney Spears. I got pretty close.
It was good.
I got pretty close.
That is so cool.
It was really fun. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the moment when I thought like I couldn't do that. Because I do music too, right? And like there's a lot that I can do that a lot of other people can't do. But I was like, okay, you're a little bit special, aren't you?
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I was like, I'm definitely gonna use your power.
Superpowers
Yeah.
for my own benefit.
That's right. And it is true because then Ava got really good at producing songs on her own. And throughout my music career, I would usually be the guy that is singing and writing the songs, but I invite other people to collaborate on the more technical parts. So the recording of the instruments or the mixing and mastering and all that. And then we would just share the royalties. But after Ava got good, my weirdo logic was, well, if I can create a kid that can produce a song, maybe I can produce a song. And so then I started doing it, and that really helped me to get to even try to produce Deseo Prohibido, because before that I wasn't as confident. But now that she's around and started teaching me things and showing me things, and then I could even like share her like songs and like, hey, what do you think about this? And
that is so cool. Yeah, that you have somebody you guys can bounce ideas off of each other. You guys can learn from each other.
It's really convenient. It's really awesome, actually. I'm very grateful for the time I have with you right now, where I still live with you, and I can like go downstairs and be like, "Hey, listen to this. What does it sound like?"
She usually has a gun in her hand when she does this.
Let's do it. You better like it.
No, it's really cool, and I've had the opportunity to collaborate with a ton of musicians in my career. Again, I've been doing this for like over 20 years. I've released, oh my gosh, probably close to 18 albums now.
Yeah.
And collaborated with well over 20 to 30 different songwriters, producers, and everything.
That's so cool.
And there is the bias being her father, but it's the truth when I say it. You can put me to a lie detector and try to like let's try to figure out if this guy's like telling the truth. Ava is my favorite person to collaborate with. We're so in sync. Her instincts are always dead on. If we're talking about, especially if we're talking about lyrics and melody, it's such a treat. And so likewise, I will also go upstairs with my gun. Help me finish the song. The chorus is, and it's something where you, as a songwriter, you're like, this is cool, but it's not quite there. It's almost there. And then just having someone on the other side be like, I like what you're doing, but what about this? And you're like, that's it.
Yeah, it's nice. It's like another. I'm a tool in your toolbox a little bit. And likewise,
Well, so
But sorry, so I was gonna ask. So like, what do you like right now? What are you leaning towards more? Like, do you want to produce more music? Do you want to write more? Do you want to?
I mean,
have your own show. Like, what do you want to?
I don't know, really. I mean,
what would you love to do?
I would love to, I don't know if this is a good answer, but I would love to get inspired by something really hard. I haven't had like a huge wave of inspiration to like
it's a challenge.
Yeah, like I can, write, sing, and produce a song, and that's fun. But if nothing inspires me, I'm not gonna gravitate towards it. I would love to just maybe play a video game or watch a movie or something, and I'm like, I gotta go home and write about this. Like, that's what I think I'm missing right now. And I know it'll eventually hit me.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of, and not that you always have to wait for inspiration. You probably shouldn't, because it's not gonna come when you want it to. But I think if just in my free time for fun I wanted to make music, I'm waiting for something to really like push me. Yeah.
I can see that. Ava, by her own right, is. I mean, how many albums have you already put out, Ava, at only 19 years old?
5.
I mean, that's a lot of music at that age, and I've seen her throughout all of these. And here lately, I think as artists, as creative people, sometimes we're producing. Like we're actually like, and I mean this not in the sense of like production music. I mean like you're producing, like you're making things, right? Like sometimes you're in that making mode, where you are inspired, and other times you're just kind of like sitting back, and you're like taking in life.
Yeah.
You're waiting for that inspiration.
You're in observation mode, and you have to have it so that when you come back, you have observations.
Yeah.
Like something to write about or something to.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
And I think that's where I draw most of my inspiration. None of the stuff I write is like realism. I write based in fiction because it's really fun for me. And a lot of that inspiration does come from other fictional stories or other like.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't usually come from.
Or your dad's love life.
Oh yeah, all the time. Super easy to draw inspiration from that.
Do it for the fam.
Definitely, I have to get inspired by something external.
Mm-hmm.
I think some people have like very internal like motivations to
Yeah.
create a project, but for me, I really do need something that like gives me that drive. I don't know.
Yeah.
But out of everything, like, what do you like? Do you like producing music more? Do you like singing more? Do you like writing? Like, what do you?
I think it depends, but overall, like if I had to rank them, writing number one for me,
Mm-hmm.
producing second, singing third. Singing, yeah, it's fun.
I'll let you in on a secret here too. I can tell you what's at the absolute bottom of that for Ava. And it's really challenging because people love her to death. She does not like performing.
God, I hate performing.
Oh,
Hate performing.
She likes creating the songs, she likes producing the songs, she likes writing the songs, but just does not, like performing. And it's a challenge, like sometimes an artist to be like, is it okay that I don't like everything? You know what I mean?
I like most things.
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
It's a shame because performing is one of the most important. It's probably the most important thing to do. If you want to share your music, you have to share your music,
Mm.
But I don't know. I think for me, anytime I have a performance coming up, I just feel sick the whole week.
Well,
I feel sick
that's
with
normal for
anxiety.
any performance.
Uh,
Any performer is gonna
Yeah.
feel nervous,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and have
We're going to
all
be
sorts of
nauseous
butterflies.
all week over here.
Oh, yeah.
So that's normal of every performance. So that's nothing.
But for me,
that's
I
nothing
feel like
weird.
that specific sickness, like that I get with performance, it gets in the way of me being creative.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I want to make something, but I feel guilty about making something because I should be practicing for that performance that's coming up. Right? So I have this weird like it's hard for me to juggle both things at once, to both be working on a new project and practicing a previous one. That's where I think the
Yeah, well, maybe you can look for people to collaborate with, somebody that really loves that part, and then you can help with all the other stuff. And it still be your song, but you have somebody that can bring it to life if that's not something you enjoy.
Yeah, I'll just put on a wig and lip sync it.
he's done that before.
This is true. This is true.
But yeah, that would be nice. I would like to have yeah, I mean, I guess I do have dad. How would you rank your based on what I know now?
How would I rank?
Yeah, like
Like, what do you like the most?
the most?
Yeah, so like you, actually, I like writing the most.
Yeah.
I really like writing songs. I hate recording vocals.
Yeah.
I like I will put it off. I will be in a bad mood.
Yeah, the whole day.
If you want to hear me cuss, just be outside of the vocal booth. It's just so challenging because what you hear in your head and what comes out of your mouth it's just so hard. So I'd say that's bottom for me. I think I'm kind of indifferent about recording and producing. Like, to me, it's a vehicle to get the song done, but I'm not like mad at it, but I'm not in love with it. And then I would say, I do enjoy performing.
Yeah.
I enjoy performing, but also I enjoy the act of like putting together a creative performance. If people have seen my shows in town, like, it's never really the same thing. A couple weeks ago we did Dreams to Remember, which was a tribute to Otis Redding. No one was asking for that, but it was just an idea that I had, and there was, New Year's, I did like a thing with Remy Neal at Lips Lounge where
Oh yeah.
it was a story. It was like a guy who fell in love with a dancer in Paris while he was there, and he was a writer. And so I did a little show that was about that, and I had like audio tracks that would play in between me doing. So I think of my shows as also being kind of creative, like writing a song is.
Yeah.
I try not to be, and there's nothing against this, but because I don't have to perform, like I have other things that I do. If I'm going to perform, I try to be more than just a guy with a guitar. So I want to kind of like do something a little bit different. But also it's really challenging because it means like I haven't even done the same show twice yet. And so that means every time I'm doing a show, I'm like learning something completely new, This week, I guess I could plug something. I'm going to be playing the Nook Wednesday night, and that's going to be actually very chill for me for once. I'm just going to be a songwriter on the stage and around, and I have like 3 songs, but I'm actually looking forward to that, because it's not going to be like a whole
it's more
big
relaxed.
Yeah,
it's more relaxed.
It's like a social dance.
Yeah, yeah. Like you're not putting on this whole show like you did for your that tribute you did.
Yeah.
It's like you had to coordinate so many moving parts with all the musicians and all of that. So yeah. Well, I think for me, like I like performing. That's probably
You're a really good performer, by the way.
Thank you. Um, and I love the dancing as well, but I like performing as well, or I love performing. Like some people, yeah, they don't like
They like
necessarily
social dancing, but they don't like the performing stuff.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, I like performing a lot more, and I don't like necessarily like coming up with choreography like that. For me, is so difficult. Like I can do it, but it takes me a lot. I'm more like, okay,
Give me the
choreography. I'll start learning it, and I love like how once you start getting it in your body, like each time you do it, it just feels so much better and better and better. And by the time you get to the stage, you're like, like it feels just really good. And so yeah, so I think the performance aspect more out of everything else as far as in dance that you could do as well, I guess.
So I know we're over on time, but we were warned that we probably would go over.
Yeah.
I would feel bad if we didn't address something that was brought up, as a kind of a question before the show, and maybe we can close there if you ladies are cool with it. And because like in the TV and film world, Ava does a lot of pop music, and she'll pretty much stay in that genre for the most part. But I do genre hopping. So
genre hopper.
Yeah, that's right.
I call you.
I mean, like Deseo Prohibido would be an example of that, right? Like I've never done a bachata song before, and then I did a bachata song, and specifically I've been seeing some interest in I released I think it was 4-track EP. R&B music, and this R&B was really kind of inspired, kind of like around like 90s R&B, so not like modern R&B. And I think the question, if I can remember right, is it's related to, gosh, Ava, help me out here. It's like, what's that process like of doing multiple genres? How do you stay true to it, or I guess for me,
how do you honor the genre so that you don't come across as like you're just doing it for a cash grab?
Right.
You're trying to be authentic.
Exactly. And I think that something that's interesting about my approach to music and songwriting that may be a little different than most people that I've met is I've come to realize that my approach is much more like an actor. An actor typically gets to do all kinds of different roles, right? Like you get typecast if like all you are is ever just the villain, right? But like some roles it's a period piece and it's in the 1920s, right? Mm-hmm. And so an actor has to like study that and like learn it. And like when I did a historic blues album for a library in Atlanta, like I listened to and studied 1920s, Delta blues, and like tried to understand their influences. I listened to the way that their voice, like how they actually shaped their mouth to make these sounds. I listened to their guitar, all this kind of stuff, and I study it the way that I kind of feel like Leonardo DiCaprio might for his roles. I'm not comparing myself to Leo. I'm just saying that like but this just like an actor, when they go into that role, it still has to feel like an honest performance. So they have to see themselves in that person, even if they never grew up in the 1920s, right? Like they have to see a part of themselves in that, and I think that's what I try to do the best that I can. And and it's a little bit different because like a lot of times like artists, it's like you know what to expect. Me, it's like who knows what I'm going to do next. And so much of what I'm doing is very much like an actor. Like if there's a script that comes across my desk that inspires me, then I'm like, okay, I'm going to go act in this thing now because it really speaks to me. And so with the R&B stuff, I've seen some really good feedback on it, really good. You know, and all I can say is this is the first 4 songs that I've ever made for that genre. It makes sense to me that it would resonate with me in terms of like as a songwriter and as a singer based on my influences, but not actually like specific influences in that genre. What I mean by that is no doubt that I listened to like Usher and D'Angelo like in the early 90s, in the middle of listening to grunge and stuff like that. Like it was around, but I wasn't like a huge fan. I wasn't like a super fan. But they were inspired by Marvin Gaye and Otis Redding and like blues and all these things that I was also inspired by. So I was surprised that whenever the way that I ended up doing this music was I was asked to create baby making music for Young and the Restless, the TV show. True story.
What?
Yeah, true story. So the soap opera.
That's an awkward email.
Yeah.
What do you think the subject line was?
I don't know.
Baby making music for Young and the Restless.
It was Matt Vanderbo who reached out for
Oh,
so
okay.
it probably was that.
Yeah.
And he'd heard me sing live in LA and he thought that I could do it. He thought like he heard enough of my voice that he thought like, Chase could probably do this. And so he sent me 2 tracks. Him and Brendan Nichols was a guitarist that does the really sexy guitar stuff that's in that EP. And Matt did all the drums and the producing and all that. And so they sent it to me. They send the music fully to me. And then a process that Ava and I do in the industry is called top lining. It's where you have the music, and then you come up with the melodies on top of that, and then you create the lyrics. And so then I found it to be very fun, and then also like to me R&B is very similar to sensual bachata. The subject matter, the vocalization, and so I found it to be very enjoyable, very easy, and very fun. And also I'm used to doing this very like, I don't know, I kind of call it like yelling. Like I'm very gravelly when I sing.
You're pretty loud. You're a loud fella when you have a microphone.
And so doing this R&B music, I was able to tap into like a lighter side of my voice, where I was singing more on the whispery side, a little bit higher pitched. And so for those people that were interested about the R&B album, which it's everywhere, so it's on Spotify if you're curious about Ride With Me. That's the EP, and then we even filmed a whole music video for with Princeton Drake, a good friend of mine, actor and producer. So all that stuff's out there if you want to check it out, if you want to see what this is all about.
Yeah, and I think it all comes down to like, yeah, the intention with which you're doing it, right? With which you take on a project. Like if it's, yeah, like out of inspiration, to honor the genre or the artist or whoever, because how many artists, yeah, have inspired us, like Elvis Presley or Michael Jackson, and there's been so many people that have danced to their songs, imitated their moves, like sang their songs as well, so I think if you're doing it out of inspiration and being respectful and doing your best, I think I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
And people are always influenced by someone else. Like if you just if you keep taking it back, like it's just those singers were inspired by people in church, and like and it just keeps going back and keeps going back, and so it's like and no doubt there are artists, I think, and oddly enough, someone like Beck comes to mind, where it's hard to go like who are their influences because they're just so out there, right? They're so avant-garde, they're so unique, but I don't know. For me,
it could have been, it could have been anything, and maybe not some other artist, but maybe it was a painting, or maybe it was
another form of art.
Yeah. You just never know where inspiration might come from, for your next project.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's a quote. I think it's from Steal Like an Artist, but it really resonated with me, and it was if you try to copy one artist, people will call you a ripoff, but if you copy 100, you'll be completely original. And I think that's kind of how it works. The more influences you have, actually, weirdly enough, the more original you become, because your taste profile is really narrowing in on the things you like, instead of just trying to... I think when I started out, I really wanted to be Billie Eilish, and then after a while I was like, I'm not. I'm a different girl.
Yeah.
I write different stuff. I don't know when that happened, but
yeah,
you have to start from somewhere, but you just keep building up your influences.
Well, I I think maybe that's a good place to wrap it up. This has been super fun. We can do some plugs probably.
Yeah.
So Gabby, tell us all about Baila Huntsville and what people can do to get involved and everything.
Yes. So, again, we teach salsa and bachata. We've been doing it here in the Huntsville, Madison area now for 13 years, going on 14. And so we teach bachata on Tuesday nights, salsa on Wednesday and Sunday nights, and we have different events throughout the month, social events, so salsa parties we call them. But again, we don't just play salsa; we play salsa, bachata, maybe a little merengue, maybe a little cumbia. And so we go in our classes go in monthly cycles, and they are progressive. So you keep learning on and building on what you've already learned.
It's better to start off at the first of the month, and then we'll build off of that throughout the month.
Yep. And we start a new cycle of classes tomorrow. So if the November cycle. So yeah, we're at the beginning of the month. So if you want to take some dance lessons, now is the best time to jump in.
And you'll get me tomorrow.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll be your instructor if you start.
Yeah,
you lucky boys and girls. I say I just have to be better than people that have never danced bachata before, because I teach the beginners.
Yes, but no, he's a good bachatero. Okay,
I wasn't fishing, but I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna throw it back.
Yeah, he's a good bachata dancer and instructor. He's a very good instructor. So that's tomorrow. If you want to come take bachata with Chase, see what it's all about, that'll be tomorrow. And then, Wednesday we've got salsa, and we teach out of a Madison Ballroom Dance Studio. And of course, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram. It's at Baila Huntsville, and Baila, it's Baila, and Baila is dance in Spanish. So, you can find our events and classes on our socials or on our website.
That's right. And you don't have to, if you're just one person, you can come dance. You don't need a partner. It's group dancing, and and people are so welcoming. Don't be shy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, salsa or really any line dancing. It's a social. There's social partner dances, right? So if you don't have a partner, you don't need a partner, because you'll dance with whoever is in class, and it's a great way to practice and meet new people. So which makes this a lot of fun, and eventually you have a bunch new set of friends. So yeah.
Just be careful, because if you get the bug, I never thought I dance 2 or 3 times a week now, and I can't believe that. It's strange that that's just such a part of my life. The plugs that I've got this week. So tomorrow I'll be teaching for you. Okay, I got to make sure I'm gonna be there. Wednesday, playing at the Nook at a songwriters round. It's Huntsville Unplugged. I believe the show starts at 7, but definitely double check my Facebook page to see if that's the truth or not. And then I've got a ton of music on whatever you like, whether it's Apple Music, YouTube. If you search Chase Perryman, I've been putting out music. I do a lot for the TV and film world, and then eventually I take a moment to put it all together and say, here you go, people. That my 100 monthly listeners, here's you some new music. So if you want to be number 101,
make sure you go and download the Se Prohibido. Make sure you take a listen, and who knows, maybe it'll inspire you to come dance as well.
and check out Ride With Me. We've been talking a lot about the R&B, the EP. So listen to it, and you know what? Tell me what you think. Do you think that it's authentic? Do you think it's honest? But then also, you can just if you search Chase Perryman on Google, you'll find me. I took care of all the other Chase Perrymans so that I didn't have any competition. They're all gone. We don't talk about it.
I have a couple Ava Perrymans I got to eliminate, but
you'll get there.
I'll get there.
Ava, what about your plugs? What are you plugging?
If you are interested in, if you listen to a lot of pop music, specifically a lot of the pop girlies, your Sabrina Carpenter's, Billie Eilish's, Chappell Roan, they all sound completely different, but you know what I mean.
The pop girlies.
Go listen to my stuff. I think you'll really like it. I love pop music. Those are my inspirations. You'll hear a lot of them in there. I released a concept album. It's about time.
Is it about time that you did?
It's about, yeah.
No, that's the name of it.
Oh, that is, yeah.
Obviously.
Sorry, that's the joke. The joke is the album is called About Time. It's a little confusing when you can't read sarcasm like me, but it's under Ava Perryman. It's on all the streaming platforms, but probably Spotify. Yeah.
The EP is really nice. Each song, Ava does a different song about time.
Yeah.
Hard to say which one's my favorite, but I really do like Pause.
If you're gonna listen to any of them, listen to Pause. It's very ironically with the times.
I think for generations like yours, you know, feeling a lot of time-based anxiety,
Yeah.
and then all of the like social media, all this kind of stuff. I think it's a song that would really resonate with someone like that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I guess that's it. I just want to thank Ben for letting us come be a part of this. I don't know if we're able to mention him because he's kind of like Oz. He's like behind the scenes over there. But this has been a lot of fun being on the couch, and thank you for doing this.
Yep.
Yes.
Signing off. Let's go by fast, isn't it? Is that all right over there? Cool.